gonna be a lot more of that. That's what it's gonna be. In today's video, I'm going to go over how I built these wheel cribs out of 2x4s. This is something I'm comfortable with doing for myself, but I would like to say if you're going to follow this or try to make some yourself, please do it under your own liability. I'm comfortable being under this truck. I've had several friends that have built wheel cribs like this before. I've worked at shops that have built wheel cribs and used them very often. However, you know, this is something that I'm comfortable with, that I'm going to take the risk for myself out on. If you decide to do the same, it's under your own risk. All right, with that said, let's get to it. This thing is about to go up in the air so that we can get the trans in it, get some measurements done, fabricate the transmission mount if we need to, and then do some measuring for the drive shaft. The thing is, when we do all that, the body, the weight of the truck needs to be on the wheels. Well, I need to be able to get up under it to get to things and work on it. So I'm going to do what I've probably needed to do for a very long time, and we're going to build a set of cribs for in here for vehicles and stuff like that. So what are cribs? You've probably seen them before. They're just wooden blocks that go up a decent amount of ways. Mine should be about 18 inches, I think, maybe not. I've got to look at them, but I'll be able to get them underneath the front tires and the rear tires, and there's going to be no chance of the thing falling off of it. We're not trusting jack stands. It's going to be a safety factor all the way around. Plus, it'll allow us to put all the weight on the suspension and get everything kind of lined out. All right, I don't think this is going to be a very complicated video. And if you've never seen anybody make cribs before, I guess you're going to see it now. But the thing is, I've never made them before, so this will be a learning experience. But I think I'm going to try to do it as kind of quick and dirty as possible, and we'll get it done. So let me show you what I just picked up from the Home Depot. About 90 bucks or so. It's probably all it's going to cost you to do this. This will be my personal recipe for this. You may deviate your plans however you need to. This is just what I've come up to believe will work for me. So down here I have 11 2x4 by 10 foot boards, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them into 16-inch planks. I've also bought a big pack, $30 pack of exterior screws. Comes with 352, which is way more than we need, but you do need a lot. I think I need 224 for my calculation. We'll find out if that's true or not. Actually, I probably won't, because I'm not going to count them. But that's the $30 there. There's about 60 bucks for all the lumber, and then I also went out and bought a couple other things. I bought it actually just when a new set of number 2 bits because I may wear some out, and I really like these Milwaukee ones. They seem to hold up pretty good. That was 10 bucks, so altogether 100 bucks. I've done a little pre-work already. This is the length of the cradle that we're going to build. If I can, you know, hold the plank or the measuring tape. That's it. But yeah, see, we got 16 inches there. So basically what we're going to do is stack these like Jengas until we are, what did I have on here? We are, it's going to be 14-inch cribs, 8 boards high in total. So looks like it's going to be about 16 planks per crib. I'll show you why I went ahead and cut one board And this is actually off a 2x4 that I had in my garage, because this will be my template that I can lay down on here and scribe the whole thing. So I'll show you all that real quick. All right, combination of a couple things. I've got my 10-foot board on. I got my template, and I'm gonna do my best to mark this thing where we need to cut it. We've got a square, which helps. We'll do one there. Another there. So each board's gonna yield 7 planks with a little extra on the end. So I'm gonna get cutting here. It's gonna be a lot more of that. That's what it's gonna be. Well, after cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting, and you know, we get something like this. But this is kind of what we're after. So this is what the wheel crib will look like. However, I think it might be a little short. So these, my plan was to make them 16 a piece. So there's, you know, each row is 2. Well, I'll just do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they crisscross. I might go a little bit more, but what I need to do is kind of just start putting them together and see how much I have left over. I don't remember my math, and I don't feel like doing it right now, but I do have a couple extra boards over here that I can cut up to maybe make it 1 or 2 more higher. So, well, let me just, I'll get started on making this, and it shouldn't be too hard screwing things together. And in all honesty, that's going to be the art of it. So. Doesn't move over here the wrong way. I probably am. All right, all kinds of screws. Now these are 3-inch screws, so in theory they're going to be just long enough. So you're going to have to be very careful on the first ones, because I don't want to protrude past them too much. But basically this is how this is going to go. Set 2 out that way, correspond the other way. Get lined up as, you know, square as you can. This stuff is not perfect. That's why it doesn't matter if you cut the 16-inch things, you know, extremely dead on 16 inches. There's a lot of room to work with here, so it's not huge science. Now, if everything goes right, this wood won't split and we won't have to pre-drill it. So that is the goal. So what I'm going to do is do one here and one here, And then when I put the next block on, I'm gonna go the other way. It'll make sense in a minute. So let's pray that this does not split. Hey, it didn't split. How about that? All right, let me put another one in. There we go. It didn't split. Hallelujah. Yeah, that one split a little bit, but I think we're okay. There we go. Now, another one. And that's the gist of it until we have about 8 tall. So let me just get after. My math was off, but it's actually in the way that would benefit me. So here is the first crib stand, whatever you want to call it, done, and it's 8 layers high, which means there's 16 16-inch planks, and I think it's just not quite high enough. However, I think I'm going to add one more set of planks to it, make it 9 planks high, which would be a total of 18 boards, and that, I think, looks pretty good. I think that's what I'm going to go with. I probably overkilled it with 2 nails on each one, or sorry, 2 screws, but it's really, really stable that way, so you can't overbuild it, right? And, well, I was thinking you had to get 11 boards to make them 16 each, but doing the math over again, I bought 11 boards, I cut them into 16-inch planks, which equals 77 boards because I got 7 planks out of each single 10-foot board. So if I do them like this, this is 18 planks a piece, so 18, 36 twice is 72, so I definitely have enough to make them 9 planks high. I hope that makes sense. I think this is going to be good. So I'm going to screw these 2 top ones in and then just continue the process here until we're all done, and then I'll meet you guys in the shop. Okay, I pulled these guys out to the shop now that they're all done. I did add 1 rung here on the bottom, and I did that just so it kind of sits flat. Like I said, this is just my preference of stuff. I've got to do one more thing. I've already done it on a couple of them, but there's these little screw protrusions, and I don't want them digging into the floor or anything else, so we're gonna zip those off quick with the death wheel. I'm just hitting these quick. I'm gonna start a fire. And I've got some wheels bolted on the Dakota. They're not the regular wheels. They are the wheels, the tires I got from Keith, and some drag lights that I've had for it. Look at that. They roll the same way. How about them apples? We're gonna jack the truck up, test them out, and it'll be the first time that the Dakota's been on its under its own weight with the 8.8 rear end in it. So that's gonna be kind of cool. I'm looking forward to it. And then we can move on to fitting the trans and the engine back in it and seeing where we're at. So that was probably about 4 hours spent yesterday putting all this stuff together, and I'm very, very happy with it. For $100, truck's way up in the air. I've probably got 2 foot of clearance here. I got plenty of room to get up under this thing and do what I gotta do safely. The blocks are not going anywhere. I did have to kind of step up the front, so I had to jack it up, put jack stands under it, put another block in there, jack it up some more. So I'll have to remember that, because I'm not gonna be able to get it down with the engine and trans in it like that. But yeah, not bad for $100. You know, there's maybe getting a 4-post lift in the future, but right now it's just not in the cards, and this is gonna help out a bunch. Plus, when you're short like me and they're not in use, you can stand on them. So, like, you know, get up over, you know, the engine, the hood, and the engine bay, do what you got to do, and totally worth the payoff here. I don't have a final measurement on them, so let me go grab a measuring tape. All right, 9 2x4s measured out to a little over 13.5 inches. So that, it's not bad, not bad. I'll take it. So yeah, I'm happy with that height. I really am. That's plenty of room to get under the truck and do what I need to do. And yeah, so it'll be a lot easier to get that motor and trans in now and kind of look at everything. I was just looking at the transmission mount, and I think we got a lot of room to play with, and I think we're going to get that 4L80E in with no issues. However, my transmission tunnel's kind of been beat up previously, so I'm not sure it'd be the same to like Gramps, which hasn't been touched yet. But there you go, $100, way up in the air, a lot more accessible to work on, a lot more safe in my opinion, and I'll feel a lot more comfortable working on this thing. So, well, thanks for coming along. If you're new to the channel, like I always say, we got tons of projects. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on. This is my primary focus for the next couple weeks though, because this is my LS swapped 5.3 Dakota. There's my 5.3 right there, and I'm doing some upgrades. It's a drag and drive truck, and we have a lot of fun with it, and I think it'll be nice to get it back on the road for sure, and making these cribs is gonna really improve that. So like I said, we got a lot of projects. We'd love to have you along, so if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you want to check us out on social media, it's at the RacerX Garage on Instagram and Facebook. And then for everybody who already has subscribed, who interacts, who asks questions, you guys are seriously the best. I can't thank you enough for following along. We're gonna start picking up a lot more videos, so you'll see less gaps, and that's my promise to you. And yeah, looking forward to getting this thing back on the road. All right, that's it. I'm gonna shut it down. You guys know the deal. Until next time, y'all be good.